We have an economic crash coming to a central bank near you. Is a market crash right around the corner? There's a good argument to be made that a market crash is going to happen not 6 months from now, not 10 months from now, but in the near term future, like really soon. I'm not 100% in this camp, but I thought I'd share because there is a really good argument to be made for a market crash happening soon. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Liking really helps this video, and it's the best way to support my channel, so if you could all hit that like button, I really would appreciate it. We've had stagnating economic growth in Canada. Our GDP shrunk from in Q2, which everyone was expecting to have good economic numbers. With economic growth stagnating and nobody really wanting to drive up the market, we're reconsidering how much money is being printed. We're thinking about future of the country, inflation, what's happening, because Canadians are feeling the inflation, and you can't just say, oh well, CPI is so low, so therefore we're all good. That's just not the way it really works. When everyone's focused on inflation and you have everyone talking about it, this is a big talk in the election debates and everything like that going on in Canada. You cannot sweep it all under the rug with CPI numbers. People go to the grocery store, they buy things in reality, and we're having high levels of inflation and we're having slowing economic growth. Those are two things that have not been priced into the markets. We've been pricing in a really strong recovery, and that recovery is showing some pretty strong signs of that's not going to happen. Now, I'm not sure if I'd say, oh, we're going to have a market crash as opposed to just a good dip. I do kind of see those as the options. If it continues to just go skyrocketing up that would surprise me. Just laying my thoughts out, but I'm prepared for whatever happens. I'm going to be happy either ways. I hope all of you guys will be too. With all of this being said, I just feel like the inflation, that's causing people to not feel like they have enough money to buy as many things. You might be having businesses charge more for the products that they're selling, but they have to pay more to get all the goods and materials and everything in order to make those products. They're not just guaranteed to be making more. You look at the price of oil and everything like that, the price of gas at the pump. Well, mining companies, they need to pay more in order to mine. These are reasons why, honestly, to me, you would have been better off just owning bullion than, like my bullion is outperforming my gold producers for these reasons. And that is crazy to me because bullion should not outperform producers, but that's perfectly fine and dandy with me, and I'm actually still buying some base metals producers right now. You look at Rio Tinto, it's got like a 6.5 price to earnings, over 9% dividend yield. Yeah, it sounds like a high dividend yield, but that's because the price to earnings, it's such a low multiple. To me, that explains everything. But that's just my thoughts and my opinions. I'm buying it. You can do whatever you want. I'm not saying let's do exactly what I do or anything like that. But I'm just sharing my thoughts and my opinions. I do see a market crash coming, even though, as I said, I'm still buying stocks. I'm just not going for high levels of growth. I'm going for value. I want to buy value before everyone else. Once everyone else starts to buy value and switch away from growth, you're going to notice there will be a lot less options in order to get value. I'm finding some good value right now. I'm buying single-digit price to earnings. I'm seeing many companies with that, and I'm buying meaningful amounts while things are appropriately priced, while I find things are actually cheap, such as Rio Tinto. I actually think that's pretty cheap. Much better than just appropriately priced. I just want to buy in before trends start to move that way. I don't see economic growth continuing, and that means that if we're not going to get the sustainable economic growth like many people thought, we're not going to have a big movement we're not going to have all this investing in growth stocks. What I think will happen is we're going to have more of a flight to safe haven assets. We're going to get a flight to value. There's going to be a lot less speculation going on. I just see it as it's time for myself. I'm cutting back on any growth, any asset that I would say is a growth stock or anything like that, and I'm moving it more to the value. I want established companies. I want mega caps. I want large caps. I want things that I know are sustainable. Companies that I know have proven to sustain themselves. Things with dividend histories. Things like the Canadian banks even. I see inflation running hot, but I see it as, why not own the banks? They create money. It seems like a no-brainer. So that's just my thought process. Things like insurance companies, that's just like a no-brainer. It really does seem like to me. And that's just kind of what I'm going to. Big companies that are established. There's commodity companies, but they need to be big, established, and I need to see value in them. I'm not too into the speculation right now. I'm not too into the growth. I'm not too into, okay, let's ride this wave on growth that's happening. I'm cutting back on a lot of my growth assets. As I said, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. And I would love to know your strategy down below. And yeah, please comment down below, leave the hashtag BeaverDamFam, subscribe with all notifications on. Don't forget to hit that like button also. It really helps get these videos out to a larger audience, and it's the best way to help support my channel. I also want to say you can go check out, if you do want a t-shirt, hoodie, or anything like that. I just kind of designed a cool logo, had some fun with it. You check out the website, a lot of merch, links in the description down below. Stay positive. See you next time. Thanks. Bye.